Guardians of the Galaxy, no. I need a thumbnail. Welcome back to Everyday Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Everyday Movie Ever. Today I'm going to be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is a 2014 theatrical release about 5 misfits who find themselves working together toward a common goal and they end up saving the world and stuff. It is directed by James Gunn, cinematography by Ben Davis, editing by Fred Raskin, Hughes Winborne, and Craig Wood. Music by Tyler Bates, and it's written by James Gunn and Nicole Perlman. Film stars Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, Zoe Saldana as Gamora, Dave Bautista as Drax, Vin Diesel as Groot, Bradley Cooper as Rocket, Lee Pace as Ronan, Michael Rooker as Yondu, and Karen Gillan as Nebula. In 2010, Feige mentioned that some lesser-known heroes like the Guardians would be funded too. In 2011, he doubled down on it. At Comic-Con in 2012, he announced that it would be happening and it would be released in August of 2014. In 2012, Gunn entered talks to direct, and Joss Whedon was enthralled. Back in 2009, Nicole Perlman had entered Marvel's screenwriting program and was given the opportunity to choose a lesser-known hero to work on. She did choose the Guardians, and she wrote tons of different variations and landed on the team that we have and went with the focus on Star-Lord and with the whole 80s music thing. In 2012, when Gunn was brought in, he was brought in to write, and he eventually rewrote the whole thing because it just wasn't working for him, and he went the Dirty Dozen route. His script did not include the Walkmen. It had a different story arc and different characters. When Whedon took a look and begged him not to make Star-Lord royalty and also begged him to make it weirder, Rocket kept getting removed and re-added. Nicole Perlman was begging to let him stay. Kevin Feige loved Rocket, and so he ended up staying. Many actors were seen for Peter Quill. Are you ready for this list? It includes Joel Edgerton, Jack Houston, Jim Sturgis, Eddie Redmayne, Zachary Levi, Adam Brody, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Michael Rosenbaum, John Gallagher Jr., and Glenn Howerton. Ultimately, they landed on Pratt. In 2013, January, they announced filming would take place in London. March 2013, Bautista was cast. April 2013, Saldana was cast. David White, the makeup artist, took cast of all the heads to figure out what makeup would work best on which actor. And James Gunn was adamant about doing as much practical makeup as they could. Filming began in July of 2013. In September of 2013, Bradley Cooper was cast as Rocket, and Vin Diesel was cast as Groot, where filming was already halfway done, which is very interesting. In October 2013, filming wrapped. They used an Arri Alexa XT, which helped with the look of the film. Multiple scenes had to be shot multiple times because they had to allow references and then take away the references. James Gunn's brother Sean stood in for Rocket a lot of the time, which really helped a lot of actors. And then in 2015, Disney actually reported that this came in over budget. Lots of practical effects to help the way for CGI. The setup of the stones was kind of already there a little bit, and then James Gunn wanted a stone to be in the movie. Marvel said that's okay. They wanted it to be the Power Stone, which was purple, instead of something else. I don't remember which other one. James Gunn was so hype about that, and that helped lay the rest of the way for Infinity War. Obviously, in March 2014, they did reshoots. May 2014, Josh Brolin was revealed as Thanos. Howard the Duck was added last minute. As many people know, this is a very fun fact, James Gunn is the one that did the mocap for Dancing Groot at the end during the credits. There are 2,750 VFX shots by MPC Framestone, Luma Pictures, Method Studios, Lola CFX, Cantina Creative, Sony Pictures Imageworks, and more. Had a $232.3 million budget, and it made $773.4 million at the box office. Got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes consensus. Guardians of the Galaxy is just as irreverent as fans of the frequently zany Marvel comic would expect, as well as funny, thrilling, full of heart, and packed with visual splendor. It did get nominated for makeup and hair at the Oscars and did not win. It has 2 sequels and a holiday special, Volume 2, Volume 3, and the holiday special. Gorgeous. The effects are great. It did, which is going to be frustrating when I'm doing screenshots, on Disney, I guess on Disney Plus, they switch between the theatrical and the IMAX version, because there were scenes that had like a 2:3:5 ratio and then scenes that had a much wider 1.85 ratio. And some of them like faded between, and some of them it was just like cutting. So like the stuff on Nowhere, all the action was very much in a wider, like bigger 1.85 ratio versus the 2.35 ratio. So that's going to be really annoying when I'm doing screenshots because my watermark is going to be in the bottom corner, like what's going on. But it's beautiful. It's very pretty to look at. The effects look great. Music is recognizable, not really standout. It's great. It's fine. The opening is so great and so sad. Him not taking her hand, brutal. Absolutely devastating. The Thanos lore dropping in this one, really gearing up for, you know, the big bad, but Ronan still being kind of a puppet, you know, all that good stuff. It's kind of one of the smaller bads before the big bad, how they do in a lot of these movies, because how are you going to get bigger and badder? You know what I mean? The concept of this one is super fun. I remember seeing this in theaters and loving it, thinking it was so funny. It was such a good time. I feel like my enjoyment of these movies has gone down because of some stuff with the actors. By actors, I mean Chris Pratt. But I'm still going to allow myself to enjoy this and think it's funny because it is. It's well written. It's fun. It's entertaining. I forgot how much they set up Ego in the first one. From the beginning, when his mom is saying like your father's an angel or with the angels or something, and then when your father comes to get you, and then, you know, all the Ravagers saying, you know, should we have really, like, we didn't give him to the person who wanted us to collect him, and you know, all that stuff. And then obviously at the end, when they find out he's not fully human from Earth, he's got something else more ancient in him as well, and it's probably why he was able to hold the stone for as long as he could by himself. It's super interesting. I knew about the end when they're showing the inside of him as like glowing and pulsing with something, and I remembered them like joking about like they never gave him to his dad, that guy was a turd or whatever they say, but I totally forgot about the beginning with his mom saying like your dad's an angel or with the angels or whatever he says, or whatever she says, that implies if you know that he's from space. And then when his dad's coming to get him, you know, super easy to miss the first time, and then obviously the second one's all about Ego and his dad. So I missed all of that setup and never really, or not missed it, because of course I missed it, but like didn't realize how much there was in my rewatches until now. I was like, oh wait, wow, they really pumped that. So I thought that was really interesting. And then the after credits scene is Howard the Duck, which I know a lot of people love. My favorite part is probably any solid joke. This is really funny. Like when Rocket, you know, needs the dude's leg and then says he needs the dude's eye later, and Peter's like, no, we don't need the eye, or, you know, anything like that. My least favorite part, maybe Ronan. I feel like he's annoying. Like he's an annoying, puny, whiny villain. I don't think he's a very good villain. He's just like kind of obnoxious. And then his black teeth, I can't do the black teeth. It really freaks me out. Recommend, sure, watch again. I'm sure at some point I will be watching this again. I have not seen the third one. I'm very behind on Marvel movies, but now obviously I know I'm going to be watching them, so I kind of stopped watching. What did I stop watching? I've seen WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki. Movie-wise, I haven't seen Thor 4. I haven't seen Volume 3 of this. I haven't seen Eternals. I have seen Black Widow. I have seen Doctor Strange 2. I'd have to see a list. I'm pretty behind on these though, because the shows made me really want to give up. I was like, it's too much. I can't do the shows. And they're really important. Like, I just thought, I have seen Deadpool 2, and if I hadn't seen any of Loki, I would have been so freaking confused in Deadpool 2, so I was glad I had seen Loki. Anyway, I haven't seen Loki season 2 though, only season 1. Specific moments. I saw this in theaters with a group of friends from high school, actually, even though I was in college already. It was like a bunch of us got together randomly when we were all in town to go see it. So that was fun. Chris Pratt has ruined my enjoyment of this just a little bit. So I like it a little less than I used to, but otherwise, it's still pretty good. It holds up. It's funny. It's got a lot of good jokes in it. And yeah, that's it. My final rating is 7 Let's do... No, I can't do that. I've definitely done Infinity Stones already. 7... Walkmans out of 10. Our total movie count is... Oh, dude. Parent death. I didn't mark that. Parent death toll for sure. Oh my god, there's a lot. PDT. At least 3, because Gamora says Thanos killed her parents. And then we've got Quill's mom. So at least 3 parent deaths. I'm going to count the 3, because Drax doesn't say anything about his parents, but his wife and child have been murdered. Groot and Rocket, no idea. So we're going to go with 3 parent deaths. My god, okay, so our total movie count is... Our parent death toll is... My count is still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on all socials to find out what movie I'm watching when. I put out videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1. You get every video a week early. Coupon code for merch, exclusive merch access, daily trivia, monthly podcasts up there. Like, these are all on higher tiers now and stuff like that. Please ignore the clock that's going off. Yeah, and buy merch. Merch is great, merch is grand. What's not to like? Until next time, comment, like, and subscribe, but I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so you do, and don't be, well, Ronin about it, I guess, but also Thanos, but Ronin. Do-do-do. Do-do-do.